So I'm a musician, but I'm also going to be releasing a video game. How does that work? So many questions, so little answers. Well, let's talk about it. So Bloody Convict is my band, it's what I've spent most of my time talking about, it's what the channel's named after, it's where I've put a lot of time and focus on public side of things. I released my first EP, Kite, in July, and I used footage from my game to create the album art. And that was the first connection that I sort of made between this video game and the band. Up until this point, the game had been a very on-off sort of project thing. So I'd been working on this horror game since 2021, and I hadn't put much professional focus into it. I hadn't thought about it too hard until it came to this EP release. Then I had to start building up my portfolio, and I realized I've created these songs, and I've got these new songs coming out, and it's Premonitions EP, a new one. And I'm pulling together this whole gimmick for the Bloody Convict thing, which is essentially Western Queensland, sort of colonial era Australia, very cowboys, bushrangers, that sort of thing. And I look at this game project that I did in like 2021, and I see all these prison assets, and I see this prison I was creating, and this whole concept coming together, and I put two and two together, and I go, fucking hell, that's not a bad idea. And so I start digging deeper into it. I haven't used Unity in years at this point, but I'm looking into it, and I'm starting to remember things. I'm starting to get back into the shape of things. Yeah, as you can see here, I'm building garages, and it's all going well. And I'm going, I could finish this project. I could actually make this game and shape it together and make this whole big sort of multimodal thing. So I'm like creating the Marvel Cinematic Universe of like horror and music and like alt rock, alt metal, whatever, except probably nowhere near as Flash. But I start studying and I start researching on this idea of doing a multimodal video game and music, and it hasn't really been done before. The closest thing I could find was these off-brand games for big artists in like late 2000s, like Guitar Hero era, with like Iron Maiden and Queen, Michael Jackson, David Bowie, Demi Lovato. Avenged Sevenfold was a big one, which I knew, but that they all made video games, and they were like these off-brand, like mobile fucking, you know. The closest thing I could find to this sort of multimodal connection between video games and music was the Call of Duty soundtracks, and the guys who composed them, and Avenged Sevenfold, and the metal songs that they did as Easter eggs with lyrics in relation to the game's story. And I loved those as a kid, so I'm trying to do a similar thing here. And the biggest example of that that's been released so far would be the track Heading Westward, which relates directly to the story of this game. I know this video's been a grand old yap fest. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, so now I've got this interesting sort of dichotomy where I've got this new music and I've got this new video game for free, and I'm trying to advertise them both through the same accounts, and it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I just wanted to have a bit of a chat about it and let everyone know where I'm at and what the game plan is with this video game and with the music and how it's all sort of fitting together. So yeah, check out Bloody Convict on Spotify if an interesting sort of mashup of alt metal and Australian histories sounds interesting to you. Have a look at Are You With Me on Itch.io. It's going to start out free, and I've been releasing devlogs on there almost weekly. It's a psychological horror game set in a prison. Cheers.